Hello? Hello, everyone. So, today on VTubing, my slow life hobbies in my 30s. Today is the day. We're gonna finally finish this build. I don't care how long it takes. I hope it doesn't take too long because I also plan to stream tomorrow morning and I want to be able to clean up and then get ready for that. But, so sorry for the delay. I know this was supposed to happen Thursday, but yeah, life is fun sometimes. And also, I spent last weekend out of town, and due to that, homestead chores really backed up. It's something crazy. So, enough of the excuses. Let me show you what we got going on. So, last time, we got this made up. The main base of the miter saw stand. And then you might notice along this side wing piece, which working on this piece is actually where we left off last time. We've got a hinge here. So this is where we're going to start today. So I've already got 2 screws on either end. Actually, let's turn around. So we're going to start by finishing getting screws in here. And then we got to do this for the other wing piece, and then from there these wings will get attached to the main body of the miter saw station. And then once we do that, we can then start building the side wings. This is what this part is. What is going? The side wings are the part that this part supports. Words. So yeah. So enough chitter chatter, enough talking. Let's grab a drill and have fun. So, might be better if I have it spinning the right way. So, I'll go ahead and start drilling some holes. So, yeah, it's been fun. I mean, thankfully I haven't had like too much like watering to do in the garden and stuff, but I had to mow the grass had to be mowed, trash. The chores on my chore wheel piled up. So, kinda got that figured out enough to the point where it's like, okay, we can be here, we can do this, and we can drill. Also, oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Also, I noticed on last stream, I really wasn't like the best at talking while I was doing the drill part. Hey, now. So, while I work on getting these holes pre-drilled for these screws, you'll see them eventually. I'm gonna just try and talk like the whole while. So, ideally, I was hoping to have this, and then having these side wings attached to the miter saw station prior to stream start. But my sister, my Emoto informed me on Friday that, she recently moved and was like, hey, we had packages delivered to the old house, and you live closer to the old house. Can you run by the old house and, like, get our packages? And dumb butt me said, yes. Granted, I also know, like, it's... they moved a good, like, half hour away from their old house, so... I was like, yeah, sure, I can run by and get those for her, and I did that, and then... we met up for lunch today. And then we yapped for quite a while, because... apparently we each have enough going on in our lives to yap about. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. Is because when I originally set my schedule, I wasn't intending to have that airing. But that's life sometimes, is like, life throws an errand your way. Life also throws you small screws that you have trouble picking up. But I'd say so far so good. This should be. Gosh. I really need on my shop lighting. Just prior to starting all this, this shop, the space was serviced by a single panel LED light, and I instead opted for track lighting, which I set up on the ceiling. I've got like 7 tracks. I guess they're like 3 feet long LED strips, but apparently LED lights flicker, which is the reason why when like too much light gets reflected back at the webcam, you kind of get some shadows. And I looked into it, and all the help I could see was like adjusting settings that you would have on a normal camera, but nothing like intuitively for a webcam camera. So I was like, well, tutorials of the internet, thank you, but this does not help me. So, I know one of the things I'm going to do is, so when I did the lighting, it plugs into like a standard wall outlet. Actually, yeah, volts, yay. Cool. So, that side of the hinge is done, and then this side is going to get mounted to this. But we're going to take it, kind of just set it off to the side, and then grab the other one. The other one's like that one, where I've got my pilot. I've got 2 pilot holes. Well, not pilot holes, but I've got 2 screws on either side, and that's going to go ahead and like it secures it. And now everything is pretty much like good for me to like pre-drill holes and get stuff done. So back on the topic of shop lighting, when I upgraded to the LED strip, it gave me a lot better distributed light, because I was getting a lot of light out of one area with my LED panel, which was kind of, it was fine. It was okay as far as lighting. But when I went to this, it definitely felt like a big upgrade. That drill went through the wood. And initially it was like, cool, and so my problems with shop lighting were solved. And then I noticed the banding on both on and off stream, especially making thumbnails. I really noticed it then, and it was like, okay, I have another problem to look into. So, in that vein, next week's schedule is definitely going to be light. Even though I would have the opportunity to do like more like work on content, well, like make content, but I want to do more, what is it, like quality of life stuff. I want to do a bunch of stuff in that. So one of my goals is to improve the lighting, which I'm currently planning on fixing. One thing I want to do is I want to add a different light bulb, because I have everything tied into a standard like wall outlet, and I want to replace that with a light bulb outlet that just has a outlet on it. So the outlet will power the lighting that's here, but I will also gain a bulb out, like a bulb. a base to mount a bulb. I can actually show you. Well, kinda. This. So that outlet is going to power the lighting that's currently here, and then I'm going to add an LED bulb. I actually picked up some LED bulbs from Costco that I can actually like change the color, warmth, like the like 2000K, like 3200K, like the warmth or coldness of the color. So I plan to install this and then that bulb, and then I tend to play with the various colors, and I'll see how that works out. But that's one of the quality of life projects I got going on in the background. That's one of them. Also, another project thing I want to work on is I really need to sit down and figure out how I can get YouTube chat to be like actually on this stream. As you can tell, I am not a good streamer. But that's also kind of like the point of all this. You can't get good at a thing unless you like actually like try and put some effort into it. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. To get good at things I want to get good at. That was actually another like side thought in that line of thought. My original vision for all this, like character model and all those things, is I originally wanted to be like a carpentry focused VTuber, but I didn't. I wasn't like 100% on board with that because I want to do more stuff than that. Like I actually want to do like eventually, and at some point, I don't know when this is gonna, but I do want to get into doing like more like gardening stuff, because that's definitely a bit closer to my wheelhouse than working with wood due to the numerous mistakes that I'm sure some of you all have seen. But that's all part of getting good at it. Make mistakes, get messy, all that fun stuff. Thank you, Miss. Granted, I don't know how many people here would get that reference. So, woo. Okay, a little bit of water there, and so the hinges are done. So we've got hinges mounted to the wings. Now it's time for these wings to get mounted to the base. This is going to be fun. Goodness gracious, this is going to be fun. I am genuinely not looking forward to this. Because, well, one of the things is, so, this is the edge that those have to get mounted to. And then, not only do we have these occasional pocket hole screws poking out saying hi, we also have the issue of when we lay, so I'm probably going to lay this with the front side down on our little rolling cart table that's kind of like over there right now. There's this gap. I don't... The 3/4 of an inch? It is. Oh! If it's 3/4 of an inch, then I can actually... Ooh, okay, yeah, sweet. Okay, so if it's 3/4 of an inch forward, we should be able to make this work. Should. Should is a word. Should is not guaranteed, so I'm going to take this, roll it off to the side because I have to pick it up and throw it on top of another thing. So that's going to go over there. And this over here. The joys of drum string. Oh god. Yep. That's a fun. There's so many. Oh! Woo! Okay. So, one of the, let's say, complexities is, let me just, the hurt's a little hedgehoggy. Let's say, let's use the terminology hedgehoggy because of all these screws pointing out. So we're gonna mostly be focusing here because this is where we're gonna mount this. This is where we're gonna mount side wings. Actually, I probably should add some supports. I have some pre-cut pieces here. So we'll add that. These are all pieces for the shelves, but these are all 3/4 of an inch. They will be great at holding thing, I presume. Ooh. I have that. Enough. Barely's. Definitely some barely's there. Ow. I did not. Because there's the casters. I'm gonna need to consult my build instructor because I thought these were gonna be a bit longer than what they are. And if I remember right, they said, "Oh, that's fun." So it turns out this piece ended up shorter than the original version because I did. So this piece is the hinge piece is supposed to be 24 inches, and I'm supposed to have 2 inches of wood up here and 2 inches of wood down here, and I don't have that. So here, and this edge is supposed. So according to the plans, it's supposed to be 2 3/4 below the top edge. So, since this is perfectly flush, I'll need to be 4 3/4. So, take measure. Where is 4 3/4 at? That's 5. Okay, so that's going to be 4 3/4. So now, time where we figure out kind of hitting that screw. One moment. Got a tool. Okay. This is. Alright. Okay, well, I tried. Yeah. Flush. Well, we're gonna just ooh, wait, there's a different way. And maybe that did something. Let's find out. Maybe. maybe I don't know. I'm gonna just double check my measurement. Yeah. Okay, so the double check measurement checks out. So I'm gonna start by basically doing what I did on the last one and pre-drilling. Pre-drilling 2 holes. And what the pre-drilled holes do is they're going to help line everything up. So let me add some screws to my tray. Here's our little tray of screws. Yay! And then get these 2 screws in. Ooh, that pulled pretty tight. That pulled pretty tight. I'm pretty excited about that. So, other one. You weren't supposed to do that. But, trying. Oh man. Whoa! What? Okay. Well, this is the fun of not being able to vertical. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey now. Okay, you know what? It's there. It's there. It's on. It's in. Woohoo! So we'll set that bit off to the side, and we can finish pre-drilling these holes out. So this isn't going to want to go anywhere. And basically, what you want to do with screws that are when you get 2 screws on either side. If you get a screw in on one side of a piece, that piece can pivot relative to the other one. But if you get a screw here, a screw here, it's not going to want to pivot on you. And everything stays lined up. So that's why you want to get like 2 screws on either side that locks it. And then you can just... Then you're free to work with your work pieces as you please. Which is the best way to work with your work pieces. It's as you please. More drills. Too many drills. This is very fun and awkward, by the way. Granted, I'm actually really glad I actually figured out a way to like display things, but also not like dox myself in the process of doing so. But I do like that fact of where I'm at with this is I'm definitely learning and getting better every time. Now it's all a question of, can I keep it up? Because that's like the hardest part. Is keeping up with everything. Whew. So our holes are pre-drilled. Zip screws. And with each one of these. Granted, I hope any of you out there, I hope your char wheels aren't spinning so fast where they could slice you in two like mine. Hey! Basically where I've been at for a little while. Keeping up. But it's definitely hassle work. In terms of like this year has been far and above the best year for blackberries. Due to that, I did blackberries to the point where I'm sick and tired of picking blackberries. A first world problem. Too much food. Or you're sick of harvesting it. 3 more. If there's another side, there's always 2 sides. There's always 2 sides to a story. Or in this case, a cart. Workstation. Whatever. So, I gotta push this out here. So when it's not in use, this will fold up, and there will actually be a then like the side wing will like go over this. Yeah. Not too much resistance to that. So. Good, that's good. So, slide this forward, and now I get to spin this. Now I get to spin it. Be fun. Not gonna be. I get set. Well, nothing else spins. Which is the hard part. And I can't just carelessly grab the thing because hey now, if I yank like that. Ooh, there we go. Now we're moving. Now we're going somewhere. Yeah. Another. And we get a final. Woo! Whew. Cool. So, center it up a bit. Get our spacer block up on. Not sure how, like, touching it. Yeah. That's gonna be up, that's gonna... Okay. This... Oh. That's facing, like... basically, go like this. Great. like someone has referenced build plans on how to build something and didn't realize he was screwing himself over by only referencing build plans, because for this hinge to go on, this has to go upside down, because this side here is the top. This is the top of that, but if I do that, then it's like this, and I can't work with that. I need to flip the hinge. Hinge needs to get flipped. I need to flip that hinge. So that's what we're doing. Yay! I figure there's gonna be something wrong if I put both hinges on both things the same way, but the thing is, I was also like really like rushing that before stream start, because I wanted to have these mounted to the cart and done prior to stream. And we are what, like a half hour in, and we're still not done. With me being at the point where I wanted to be when I started this, because it's either I finished it today or I finished it off stream. Regardless of how it goes, whew. Ay, ay, ay. Well, flipped over. Like so. Whew. And this is kind of like the reason I did it done. Off stream was, it's a lot of tedious work to do these piano hinges. And it also doesn't give me a lot of great talking points. Which, I mean, that's also another thing I need to like work on, is like my talking points, because game streams there's always something going on. But with project streams, you gotta just talk about what you got going on, and sometimes what you got going on is, I'm drilling a hole, I'm drilling a hole, I'm drilling a hole, it's like, oh my god. It's a little bit monotonous. So, one thing I want to work on is having talking points lined up. But because I was too busy prepping, trying to get this somewhat knocked out, which granted, if I actually had the hinges mounted right and everything, and had the hinges mounted on these side pieces, all I had to do was just like do the center work, that wouldn't have been bad. I'm really glad I cut the piano hinge material off stream, because, and the instructions call for just like, you know, like, hey, like, just take a Sawzall blade to it. And I was like, okay, I can take a Sawzall blade to anything. I took a Sawzall blade to it and was like, man, this shape. Granted, I think by the time I made my last cut on it, I kind of figured out how you want to like support the material for a good cut. But I'm still glad, still very glad I didn't cut it on stream today. Who knows? Maybe next time if I gotta cut some piano hinge, then we'll do it then. But no guarantees in the meantime. Wow, did that happen today? Probably. So it looks like in fooling around with the miter saw station, one of those stray pocket hole screws got me. Gave me a boo-boo. Oh well. This is or what comes with playing with tools, making stuff. You're gonna get hurt. Or also just doing fun stuff in general. Like climbing trees. Like climbing trees is always a lot of fun, but also like, man, you can also really get hurt by climbing trees. Enough where like one small scratch like that is just... Okay, so we now have it mounted appropriately to where this piece, this end piece, right direction. I'm gonna try and maneuver those in the best support. And then we need to set this 4 3/4 inches below our top, just like the other one. Quarter close. Ooh. How close? How close is it? 5 inches. It's just a hair short of 5, probably like 4. Where are wheel? What? These have height adjusters on them. I say we're close enough to home where it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Screws to the screw container, and we'll fill some holes. No más. Nissan. Okay. Whoa. Woo. Apple. See if we can't brute force it. To put it nicely. Oh. Okay, we're going the brute force route. Yay! But yeah, one of those pesky pocket hole screws are poking out and causing a bit of trouble. That's fun. What do we have? Oh, these holes. Must be pre-drilled. In order to mount this. Whew. One more. There we go. Cool. Hey, you. Yeah. Trying to think, what are some other fun things? Well, so other things I've got going on is garden-wise, lettuce is about done. Lettuce is about done. That was weird. So let's see, lettuce is done. I mean, tomatoes are like really coming. A lot of tomatoes. Tomatoes are really producing right now well. Peppers are also coming well right now. And also, speaking of members of the Nightshade family, and your potatoes are about ready to be harvested. And let's see. So that harvest is actually going to take place on stream. My phone just went off and it turns out a buddy texted me. So I'm gonna just... Yep, okay, cool. He was just letting me know he can't hang out with you. Okay, cool. So that actually does free up my schedule. Yay! Well, I'm... but... for me time. Oh. But yeah, canned potatoes are on screen. And since I think it will be boring to just like harvest them, we're also gonna do a cook. We're gonna make something with the potatoes. Diggity dog, that's done. Cool. So, and that will probably happen next week. I don't know if I think I'll do it on the weekend. I'm not sure if I'll do it on Saturday or Sunday. But that is another thing that we have going on in the background. So, we got this hinge mounted to our wing piece. All that's good. I'm going to reference the directions for my... well, where to go next here. Because that... okay, so we need the... my F piece. Got two F pieces, they're 12 inches. Okay. So, let's... okay, all these being the same. Not until for all my 10 Fs. Wait. Huh? Uh-oh. That's a pretty big uh-oh spaghettios. Already back. Oh my gosh. Damn it. I thought I made up all my pieces. I thought I made... So how many of the... What, 62? Got 9 of the 10. Instruction, as far as I can tell, call for... So I've got 9, because there's 9 pieces here. I'm supposed to have like 10. Okay, weird. I'm gonna do a quick parts inventory right quick, just to make sure. Because I should have... What am I... Did I not cut out any of my Fs? I don't think I cut out my Fs. I think there's only 3. There's only 3. 4 of those. So I've got 4 ALs. Wait. 33 by 12. Wait, what? Why do I need 33 G? No, I need 2 of those. I need 1.5, that's H. So for those. Okay, so I'm good on that. For somehow, some way, I missed the F part when I was cutting out my parts. Somehow, up with a pair of short pieces, which are J and I, which is I'm now currently scratching my head in. How did I screw that up? Oh. I'm gonna dig through my materials real quick. See if I got scrap that. Got scrap. Cool. Perfect. I need... Ooh. You know what? So this piece, so I need a piece, I need 2 pieces. They're 12 inches by 1.5 inches. This is 2.5, but screw it. So I need to grab a handsaw. Actually, before I grab a handsaw, let's get this. Let's get a mark on this so that way I know where to cut. We got some marks on that. And I just need to grab a handsaw. And we can get that cut up. Then we can actually continue to build. I thought I got all my parts a while ago. Sure. We'll do the... Actually, wait. I had a... Yeah, scrap piece. Let's grab a scrap piece. Put the scrap piece under it. That way if I murder the scrap piece, I won't cry. It's just balancer. Hell yeah. Cool. Sweet. So we didn't. At one point, we did not have the parts for a build. We now have parts for. That part's on the floor. That's fine, but we have it now. Oh, thank goodness. So now let me figure out what I'm supposed to do with these parts. It was like, use this part to do this, and I was like, okay. Where's that part again? So it's going to be 4 inches off that, and then 1/2 inch screws. Well, not 1/2 inch, but 1.25 inches. So these 2 pieces, one's going to go kind of like, how much do I show? I don't know, but it's going to go roughly up in here. And I think I'm going to upgrade those screws to 2 inch. Because these screws are now. 2 inch. Screws at. That's the trouble I get into when I lay some of my stuff out. Just like out and about. And I wouldn't be surprised. Somewhere. But there's a big giant shit. I don't know. Darn, I really wanted to go to the 2 inch screws though. Right. Man, this is turning out to be a lot of fun, and by a lot of fun, I mean like, oh gosh. I knew I was going into this a little unprepared, but apparently I was really on. Problem when I utility card, I can't reach it. After I do all this stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna go with... But I already got and get like pokey bits on the outside of this thing. But we'll just... Screw it. You know what? Screw it. Yeah. Sometimes this is just how life goes. Yikes. Damn it. Because the thing is, I think the inch and quarter is going to be a little thin because of the pokeouts. Because I can't like flush with. If I can put it flush with the wood, these screws will be fine. But the problem is, let me get a sample to show you all. This is the conundrum we got. This is the size difference of the screws we got. I was wanting to go to a full 2 inch, which would have been a 1/2 inch shorter. a bit oversized, but was a bit more closer to what I want, but I cannot find my 1/2-inch screws because they're probably buried on this thing. Actually, I'm going to take this and remove it off the screen for a bit. And now I can freely. Blech. And just the fuck. There you go. Huh, okay. Well, can confirm, per my original hypothesis of I only had my pocket hole stuff in the utility cart under this piece of plywood. Now the question is where those 2-inch screws went. I don't. What the? No. So. So many kinds disappointed in myself right now. Because I don't see how I could have lost like a whole box of screws here. Yikes. Oh, this has been enough of like a slight tangent. I like to use the right thing. But... Great. That's gonna be a to-do later. Where the hell? Gosh, I'm so genuinely disappointed in myself right now. Because I'm normally pretty good about keeping track of my stuff and like having stuff laid out, and if I need to grab something, I can grab it quickly. And the fact that I genuinely do not know where that material is unfortunately, it's really deeply frustrating to me. Granted, if you've tried all the smart solutions, why don't you entertain dumb ideas? Okay, well, that dumb idea train stopped. I was looking at my pocket hole screws, thinking, maybe these are a bit longer than the 1/4 inch. And they are a bit, just a hair bit longer than the 1/4 inch screws, so. So disappointed in myself right now. Should have been somewhere. Out. Or on workbench, or like some like project area, some area, because I have a couple areas where I will pre-stage material for projects and stuff, and that's where that stuff lives, and it has not, it's not there. And guess what I get to do after stream is go hunting. And by go hunting, I mean probably like, I don't know, crack open a beer, blast some music, and then just dig through my shop with a vengeance as I try to figure out what went wrong, what happened, why did... Okay. So, we're gonna go ahead and go with the 2.5. Not the ideal solution, but if I do find the 2-inch screws, I can just swap them out, so that's just gonna be what I'm gonna have to do. So we want a 12-inch piece, 4 inches from front. So this piece Wait. Is it flush with top? Yeah, it's flush with the top, yeah. So it wants to be like this and inches. So grab handy dandy tape measure. We're going to want to mount this. Starting round about there. Actually, ooh, where's that scrap piece? Where's that scrap piece? We can be smart about this. We can be smart. I'm not always smart, but sometimes I'm smart. What I did is I pre-drilled some holes, and then I'm going to insert screws. So that way they're in it. This way, when I line everything up, I can just grab the impact and go burr in. Done. I'm gonna continue to just be mad at myself for the rest of the day for losing track of my screws, because I specifically bought those for projects. Because there's a couple projects where you just need the right size screw, and 2-inch screws were like the right size screw. Now, I don't know where my right size screws are at. Oh, that's enough to make me pretty. Hey now, hey now. This is the reason why I wanted 2-inch screws. Because the 2-inch screws would have went in easier. Okay. Well, that happened with unnecessary amounts of violence, but it happened. So, and I think I probably should also upsize this drill bit. I pre-drilled those holes with a 1/8, but the 1/8 was may have been a bit small of a pre-drilled hole, which is probably another reason. Probably another reason why those screws went in so difficultly. Then we're gonna just have to do this on the other side. Normally I would be really interested in like turning this around, going off, the build and all that, but you know what, we're gonna cut a few corners. Because I want to make progress happen. We need to get some hinges mounted to these. Thank goodness for scrap blocks. Could damage my work. Damage the thing. Mark my 4 inches on this side. That's done. Okay. That pulled. Okay. It's done. So, those blocks are going to be what these hinges mount to. Because these hinges are basically going to be the... So good. I think that's how it's supposed to go. We'll find out. This may have been perhaps a bit too ambitious of a project for today. Okay. So... those mount to that. The next step is to do the wing. The thing is, with the wing builds, we're gonna need these pieces of wood. So, get space. And also, I'm gonna bring you guys back to the workstation and get hand off the. Try not to die. Around like. I did not die. Nice. Let's kind of bring you to the assembling area. Whatever. What we're gonna do and some music. Oh, this is what? Was it the half inch? Wait, that to okay, and then long frame and short H. What was my H? H was H is the 1.5. Okay. So it's not these size pieces. These size. Then now I'm debating my own illustrations. Because granted, the problem is pieces are a little bowed. Granted, they're also all. This is all going to be. Wait. Okay, so this part of the assemblage is going to be weird. And I'm going to take the weirdness out of it. Because... oh, fun. Fun. Yay, fun. Got screws everywhere. I'm gonna... we're gonna kind of pre-make the lower frame a little bit. Just to make our lives a little bit easier. Because that is that I can think. Yeah. This is just going to be the easiest way to do it. So that's together. And this side. This way we kind of have like a frame put together. We'll have a frame put together and all that good stuff. Come on. Okay. Yay! Got a frame! Got a frame! Oh, get that frame! We're gonna attach the top. Okay. I'm flush really good on one side. And we'll pre-drill some holes. And then once we get these 4 screws zipped in, shouldn't be moving on them. But I want to... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, bring this down. My edges a little bit so I know where the kind of zip screws will drill holes. So I'm going to put pre-drill 3 holes on either side, the long side. But we should get like happy screws going into wood noises. And I feel like right now I'm really having to like tear down the barrel. One of my greatest failures as a person, that being the fact I lost that. This shop is going to get destroyed tonight. Because I will not be able to rest today until I find that box of 2-inch screws. So we'll do you here, and we'll be done with this piece. 1 second. This is the box of 2-inch screws I was looking for. The dumb moment is I thought that they were in a box like this. No, I had a big box. Also just like... But yeah. That's where my 2-inch screws went. Right in front of my face. Because I'm big dumb. I realized it was a few screws in, and I was like, I had my 2-inch screws, and it's like, hey buddy, didn't you buy a big box of those, not a small box? It's like, oh wait, I did buy a big box of those. Aren't I just dumb as a boxer? Woohoo! So, almost dropped my instructions on the floor. I've got to... So, J-blocks. So, these blocks are going to get mounted together and... Problem is... These sides are bowed. I think I might have to cut these short a hair. But... Actually, I want to do this. Because my ultimate goal is to get this done today. But I don't completely done. Because I do expect to have like a few small like clean. I want to go do these? Or... Honestly, instructions say go. Spreader. Ugh. Okay, now I just gotta get the opening of the blue thing. Okay. Trying to see if I got like a restriction or something that... Normally it pours out a bit better than this. mean, it's not going to take like a lot of glue to get these together well, but better. Break things. Historically, that's how I break. Okay. That up. Due to the fact I've got to let wood glue dry, and considering has become very apparent that I have came into today's build wretchedly unprepared. You know, come on. And thank you. I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and glue these pieces up, and then I'm just gonna set them off to the side, and they will be, because I am gonna have to trim them, even after like the glue cures and all that fun stuff. So, show you what we got. It's 2 pieces with clamps, all that fun stuff. And then that's just gonna get set off to the side. But decides the fit in here as boarding blocks. All that. Then I'll do all that off stream. Just because, yeah. Nozzles. Frustrating. Not pouring glue well at all. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. And now I'm dealing with an overabundance. Earlier, not have enough and drowning in it. What I get for, I guess, violating how the product was. Nozzles. I don't know what's with them. They clog up so easy. Get the fingers cleaned off a little. Cases. Set up in clamps. Whoa. There you go. messy enough. Kind of messy and not fun of. That's the level. Next one. Ooh, okay. Okay, so those are going to be the supports. Got those happening. We're going to take this wing that we got, set to the side, because we got to build the next one. Oh. Yes. Cool. So go ahead and we'll start working on building the next. Okay, so base frame is done. set it. Happy. And then we'll pre-drill some holes for screws. That way we can set everything. And maybe running a little bit close to the edge there, but find out. Okay. Woohoo! And we'll be confident it's not going anywhere. Hot diggity dog. So now we just gotta do 3 screws, and then 4 screws, and this will be built. Yay, it's coming along. Should be good. Okay. And one more for this. Next side. Woohoo! Oh! Let's take this and spin it around. Got a few more screws for here. And that will... Always nice when you get the part where it's like, I do this and it's done. Now all that's left. Screws. I grip on the screws in my hand too much and pointy bit stabbed me. Yeah, the pointy bit stabbed me. The last. Hang on, don't you try to run away. Got it. There we go. Okay. Let's show you guys what we got going down under. Like we did not. Like all our screws went in where they did. Got ourselves a nice solid piece. So this is going to get mounted to the side. Be able to fold up and down. Should be great. Oh. Next part is. Should be getting pretty close to the end by now. Leave. Because we do have to make a fence for the. Okay. Wait, where do we cut panel hinge center and saw hinge inside? Okay, so for our next too good. Beans. Ah! Oh. 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 Give me a second. I would need to go grab a tool. I want to see if I can cut. Okay, I'm back. So, I originally thought these were going to be mounted on the outside side, but instead they get mounted on the inside side. So, we're going to see if we can cut these with this. Because if so, this is going to... There. I don't know if these will go through the hinge. This is a fairly new shirt. At the metal part. And I did get patch. Possibly. Like it. Okay. Perhaps not most ideal way to do that. Let's see. That out. cut. Actually, doesn't look all that. Hold it up. Maybe. Depends. That pen might be sticking it. It fits! It fits! Yes! Yes! Thank you! Because the instructions were like, hey, cut this stuff with a Sawzall. It sucks to cut with a Sawzall. And honestly, now I'm thinking about it. I was cutting it like this, like butterflied out. I think if I need to try cutting it like that. Because one of the problems is when it's like out like this, it's a little too like floppy everywhere. Yes. I'm gonna check with the instructions, and if the instructions say, yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. Yep, that's what they say. That's how we're gonna do it. So I need to switch out my drill bit for a shorter drill bit. I gotta use a shorter drill bit for the screws that for the piano screw. Oh. I got the star bit, the star Turk bit. I need to get the Phillips bit back in there. Unloosen. I'll get the second. But there's a better way. This way. That's how it's going to be full. So when the shelf is like folded up and not in use, it's going to be like that. Shelf is extended, it's going to be like that. Oh. Now, granted, this was a shorter thing, so it wasn't like as mission critical to have the two screws on the side, and but I just want to do it just because I know if I do that, better fit. And I also just want to be consistent. Because, so here we only have like 5 screws across the hinge, rather than like, well, this is 10.5 inches, we had 24 inches earlier. So I reckon we probably had like, roundabout. Just make sure. Terrible. And we said, "Yay! Another thing is done. Another thing is done." So let's bring back shelf number 2. And get the piano hinge installed on that. I cut it there. If I get a good enough of like a nick, that pin should be able, if I stress it just right. Oh! Ooh! There we go. That's the snap. Yeah! That's a clean cut. Actually, this small scrap thing, that's scrap for a project. Yay, project scraps. Thank you once again, shears. Gotta love a nice set of Chanel shears. This up. Oh, grab the drill, and we're gonna start our pre-drill at either side. Left and right side. Okay. Woohoo! Slowly come together. Projects. Granted, I definitely feel like I may have bit off more. That's gonna be that position. Work. That's gonna work. Screws left in. Granted, there's more screws left in the back. That's all that's left. And one more. There we go. Cool. Put that on. I'm going to refer to my handy dandy instructions. So they're like, oh, is it a good time? It wants to melt these. Now I gotta think about how I want to do it. Oh. These. I want to. Yeah. So I'm going to replace the effing. Because, yeah, they are overkill. And they're poking out and staring at me in a way I don't like. On. Got my... Yeah, right there. Let's try zipping a 2-inch in. I want to see my results. Yeah, going. Granted, no one's probably watching. That's fun. Chill. But yeah, we're gonna be removing these screws. They're poking out by like a lot. Granted, these are also poking out a bit, but not as terrible. Definitely are gonna prefer. I literally just stuck my finger into a box of screws, and one of the pointy ends hit the finger, and that was a hurt. That was hurt. Still poking out quite a bit, but nothing's hurt. I'll flip it around. Ooh, that side. That side, that side, that side. And then once I'm a bit more happy, like I said, once I'm a bit more happy with these screws, we can actually like mount the side wings to the thing. And then we'll mount side wings, and then we'll do the rail support. And then there'll be some touch-up stuff for the build, but we'll be pretty much done by then. Cool. And so I got those redone. This now. Okay. That's how that's gonna have to happen. That's fun. Okay, so have to happen it. Side wings out. I have I don't like that. I'll be honest, I just don't like that. Granted, I also gotta do another thing I kinda don't like. Yep. Oh. Instructions want me to mount it flush to. But how? Ah, okay. That's how. Okay. Okay, so works. That's how that's gonna go on there. Whoa! Now the question is how I support that. Woo! I don't know. Very have to. As far as I can tell, I'm gonna have to do this one-handed. As far as drilling and setting screws, this is all gonna have to be done one-handed for this part. So, okay, guys. Enjoy VTuber suffering. Table. What I like. On things I do for shop furniture. Ah! Oh. Oh. Okay, cool. That's on there enough. Where is... Oh, no. I still gotta hold it because I don't want it to press on the thingy the hinge while I'm trying to fully set it, but hot diggity dog. But my life has been working out alright so far. There we go! Woohoo! Out way and yay! One side wing is mounted. Happy about that. So. Ugh. Now time to do the other side. Yay! Oh, I'm just. Yeah. Oh, fun. Fun. Phew. Okay, wing. Important. Drill. So we'll be working here. This is probably. Ooh. Okay. Doesn't feel like it wants to go anywhere. I spoke too soon. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to keep my hand under it. You're just gonna have to just deal with me not looking at chat for a little bit. Woohoo! One screw in. Two screws in. Sweet. Okay. Whew. It's now self-supportive. Well, a little bit more self-supportive. It's now self-supported enough to the point where I can actually, like, see OBS again. Okay. Three out of 5. Four out of 5. Ah! Hey now. No. Please be nice. Please and thank you. And that's a 5 out of 5. Okay. I want to hurry up and get set back up because I'm not meant to be on its side like that. Hurry! Woo! Okay. Let's give you guys. Ow! Damn, so many screws on this. Gotta show off what I got. God. A little bit. Okay, so we got the main cabinet, and we've got side wings. So for side wings, take out our side support. Granted, definitely have to be. There's poop. Yikes. So, what's not good is what we got going on. Side support. It's leaning out, like. And for that. Instructions screwed me up. I feel like the instructions wretchedly screwed me over on this part. Yeah, because they're just like, yeah, just put it like 4 inches down, and I'm like, what I got? My side wing needs to come up a lot higher. A lot higher. Like, so. Like this come up. For this to like actually work. Or at least for the, how do I put this? For these side things to be level with the miter stand. Oh. So if I do that, okay. I get it now. So there's gonna be, so I get what's going on. So these pieces that we made earlier, this bolt is going to sit on them. So this is going to be like on the underside of this shelf, and that bolt's going to sit on it, and then that's going to give us the support, which this would honestly give us 1.5 inches. That's where we're at. Yeah. I'll get us close. I'll get us real. Okay, cool. So I don't actually have to modify any of that. I just actually have to install this once the glue finishes drying. Okay. So but that's just something. So let's see here. That's gonna be like that. And then we're gonna have the fences. What do I want to do? Honestly, I know exactly what I want to do. So today we got these side wing supports on. We built the side shelves and we've got all that stuff done. The work that's left to be done is to have those side supports that are currently glued up right now, have that dried. Definitely went in today. And this build, underprepared. And also my deepest apologies for losing my mind for a little bit for not finding the 2-inch screws, because I kind of lost myself for a little bit there. So my apologies for that. I will assure you all that for tomorrow's stream, the Oktoberfest stream, that is not, I will not be unprepared for that. Well, I won't be unprepared as far as ingredients, and I also won't be unprepared as far as having insufficient amounts of propane. I have plenty of propane right now, so I'm good on that. I really want to take some time to focus on reflecting, I guess, a bit more on these streams and the builds and how I lay stuff out, get materials, and like have a better project flow. Feel like at times I do all right. I mean, granted, one of the successes of this build in terms of like doing the stream and stuff is how I like having this, like having the piece of plywood on the utility cart, then being able to assemble this on that, really good. I felt like I was able to like show everything, be like, hey, here's what's going on, all that fun stuff. So definitely not. I'm definitely not at the point where I want to be. That's fine. I've still barely done. Is this my dozenth stream? I mean, like a dozen some odd streams. So it's, I have a lot of growth in terms of being a content creator and doing the stuff I want to do. So for those who have stuck with me, I say, I mean this the most when I say thank you. But I also want to state that I want to get better. So I want to be able to take time to reflect, watch VODs, and do the prep work that I need to do, and stop being rushed for these streams. Because being rushed is honestly how I make like dumb mistakes. Because like, well, those screws are poking out. That's a whatever. But the pocket hole jig not being set to the right height, and now you have all these pokey bits all out the side. But granted, most of that is covered by the side wing supports. That's fine. Not a big deal. Like, I can live with that. I have to live with this. I have to live with it and work with it. And let me tell you, I am definitely very excited to live and work with it. I got to get glue off here, and I got to get the B, and definitely a lot of nitpicky work I want to do to like really clean this up. So if you want to see the like cleaned up final version of today's build, of this build with the actual miter saw on it, I will post that on Twitter when I get around to it. Link in the doobly doo thing. So that's kind of like all that's going on with this, that stuff, kind of where I'm at right now. So just quick plug, tomorrow, I think I originally advertised 9:30 as the start time for the beer brewing stream, but I'll probably aim for 10 a.m. EDT, simply due to, well, the friend I was going to originally hang out with later yesterday canceled on me, which is fine. So I'm sure he's got stuff he's got to take care of. So, and that gives me a little bit, that gives me some slack time to get ready for, well, that'll just give me a little bit extra time in the morning, and I won't have to start as early. So hopefully tomorrow should be fun. I certainly want it to be fun and actually like take the time and effort to prepare for that. So having just said take the time and prepare for a thing, that's what I'm going to do now. And also kind of clean stuff up around here a little bit. But I hope all of you who tuned in, showed up. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, night, morning, wherever it is, whatever it is, wherever you are. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. So take care, Take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and live your best lives. Okay. Bye-bye.